Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Let's Make a Mill, where I'm basically documenting my journey towards making $1 million. And I do that by investing in the stock market, investing into REITs, which are real estate investment trusts, as well as investing into a public REIT such as Fundrise, and investing into actual physical real estate. I haven't done a video probably since February of something. Like, I can't even remember the date. It's been quite a long time since I've done a video. A lot has happened since then. Back in February, or I think it was late January or something, when I did my last video, I got hit with COVID. So then, I had, about 2 weeks I was out. And then, that's when the GameStop mania was happening. I took a bet on GameStop, lost a ton of money. So I was in a spiral, heading south, just mentally and emotionally and everything else. But again, it was my fault. It was another lesson to learn, right? But in that time, I wanted to shift my focus because I had to take a really hard look at myself and where I'm at financially and where I want to be in the next, 5 and 10 years. I had kind of like my own little, almost like midlife crisis, I would say, my financial midlife crisis. But I wasn't as far as I wanted to be, even though I was extremely farther than where I was or where I was coming from 5 years ago. I still was not where I wanted to be, or even as far as I was hoping to be. So after taking some losses and dealing with some headaches, especially with one of my properties, just dealing with a huge headache, it's been nothing but, keeping me up at night and problems like that. I decided that, I need to take a step back and really focus all of my attention on one course, right? Follow all my attention on one path. And I decided almost on a whim, which is kind of crazy to do, especially when you're in an emotional state. I decided that I wanted to up my game, get to that next level, and start operating at a much bigger, higher level. So I ended up finding a mentor and getting some coaching for being a commercial real estate investor. So you have your residential, your single family homes, all the way up to fourplexes. But after that, 5 units and up, 5 to 9 units, apartment buildings, and all the way up to like 30, 50, 100, 150. Those are considered commercial real estate investors. And I decided that was going to be my path. I was going to be a commercial real estate investor. I didn't care what it was going to take. I was going to do it, and I was committed. So, interviewed with this mentor, got on with the coaching program, and learned a lot, learned a ton of stuff about commercial investing. And I actually learned a lot of stuff that I missed for my own single family home, or my own residential investing. So I spent about a good month. It was pretty much February, March, and April, just in the book, just completely immersed in commercial real estate investing. I was learning a lot, trying to wrap my head around everything. It was a lot to learn. I was actually making calls to brokers. I was actually touring properties. Well, I hired somebody to go tour the property for me and send me photos and kind of like give me feedback. I was putting in bids on properties. I almost closed on two fiveplex, which would have gave me 10 units. So I would have been 10 units, almost very close, but I ended up getting outbid. So not a big deal. I think it actually worked out for the best. Sometimes, as my new coach mentor says, sometimes the best deals are the ones you don't take. So in any case, that's where my focus has been since about February. I've been focused on commercial real estate investing. I know some of you might be asking, well, what about your index fund? What about Feezy Rocks? What about your REIT portfolio? What about Fundrise? Are you still focused on that? Are you still going to be putting money into that? The short answer is yes, maybe so. As since about that time frame, since about February, I did a video called, on the term focus, right? Follow one course until successful, right? So I wanted to focus all of my efforts, all of my money, all my resources on finding a commercial building. So that's where all my focus and all my money's been. I've been saving a lot of my money. I'm actually selling 2 of my properties now just to raise the cash. Right now the market is extremely hot. One of my properties had almost a 50 to 60% raise in value. So, I want to capture capture that money and be able to reallocate it somewhere else. Another property I have, Bought it for I think $78,000, and it's hopefully going to sell for about 95, maybe 100, right? Depending on how this all works out. But that's a pretty good gain. That's pretty good gains. Of course, I'll have to pay taxes on those gains, but I'm going to use that money and reallocate it to something else. That's not to say that I've given up on REIT investing. I love REITs. I think they have tremendous value, especially for an income investor like myself, a cash flow investor. So I'm going to still continue to invest in REITs. I'm trying my hardest not to withdraw that money because I want it there to grow, and I'm going to continue to get back on track on investing back into the REIT portfolio on M1 Finance. Of course, Feezy Rocks, it's been going up and down. As the S&P 500 goes up, so does Feezy Rocks. As it goes down, so does Feezy Rocks. So it's been doing what it does. I think overall I'm obviously up because the S&P 500 is up since the last time I invested in it, which was again back in I think like early January, late January. But yeah, as for Fundrise, I don't think I put a single dollar into it. Because again, like where I want to go and where I want to be and what level I want to be at, using Fundrise, REITs, and the index fund right now just doesn't make sense for me. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop investing in those asset classes. It just means that I'm going to be reallocating my focus and my resources towards another property, a much bigger property. Because the overall plan, the overall plan is to use that cash flow generated from that building or real estate and reinvest it back into like the markets, reinvest it back into the real estate investment trust portfolio I built, reinvest it into Fundrise, reinvest it into the stock market, whatever. So that's kind of been what's happening the last couple of months. Just as kind of like an update on me emotionally and kind of physically, I guess, or mentally. It was a roller coaster these last couple of months. I mean, it's been pretty crazy. And at one point, I was taking phone calls at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, showing up to work, waking up for work at 5 in the morning, getting to work at 7:30. And then just working the whole day, and then analyzing properties the whole day, getting back home, sleeping for 2, 3, 4 hours, waking up, getting on these coaching calls, and it's a lot. And then, getting an email from, my agent saying, hey, this broke, or the property manager saying, hey, this broke, you need to pay for this or that or whatever. It was so much going on. And it was extremely stressful. It was a lot it was just a lot of small things happening all at once. And I wanted to keep that momentum. I wanted to keep going. But then, as you guys can see, I'm actually in a new apartment. And I'm actually in a brand new country as well. So I left Jordan, and I'm now here in Qatar, working with the same company, working at a different position. Very excited to be here and working with these individuals out here. Very all smart people, so I'm excited. But again, that added to the stress too, because I had to move, change countries, cancel plane tickets, cancel plans. I was currently getting some dental work done. And I had to put all that on hold, cancel it out, of course, and it was a lot going on in a short amount of time. And, I'm trying to get back into it, but I had to really take a strategic look at myself and say a good tactical move right now is to retreat. Not so much retreat. That's probably not the best word. Good tactical move right now is just to wait. So I'm going to wait until I sell both my houses. Then I'll capture the gains, capture the cash, set some aside for capital gains taxes, and then once I'm more in a financial stable situation and a more stable schedule and everything's a little more stabilized, then I'll get back into commercial, searching for my commercial property. I'm putting it out in the universe that I will have my commercial property here before hopefully the end of the year, if not first quarter of next year. I'm putting it out on paper, I'm putting it out on video, I'm putting it out into the universe that I will have my commercial property. Come hell or high water, I will get it. But yeah, that's pretty much been my update for the last couple of months. I've been seeing you guys' comments in the videos, my past videos, and I do my best to get back to you guys. I'll do a quick update in my next video about where my portfolios are at as far as Fundrise, the REIT portfolio on M1 Finance, and where Feezy Rocks is. and I'll kind of detail my plans and everything else that I came to, or the conclusions I came to earlier this year or a couple months ago, and kind of lay out my plan moving forward. It is pretty, I won't say dangerous, but it is very, it throws a wrench in the works when you change your plans, especially your investing plans midway, because you have a plan, you know what you're doing, you have money set aside, you have allocated money, all this kind of stuff. You have an investing plan. You just got to follow through with it. And it's dangerous when you change your whole strategy midway. Luckily, I did it at the beginning of the year, so it wasn't too detrimental. And right now we're in a market boom, and I'm trying to sell these houses so I can use that cash, capture those gains while the markets are still hot, and then use the money for something else. Now, don't think I'm like I time the market and I'm like some house real estate guru. This was just perfect timing. Hopefully, these houses sell within the next month or so. Like I said, one's been nothing but problems. The other one, I think I'm either breaking even or a little under, almost in the red with this one. So at this point, I just think it's best for me to exit these properties. And I want to focus in one area only, like focus in one area, focus in one geographical location instead of purchasing all over the states. That's not to say Home Union is terrible or anything on their part. They've been nothing short of fantastic. But I think for me strategically, it makes sense to start focusing on one market, one area. Since I'm overseas, it's like the whole United States is my backyard. So I can really almost choose anywhere I want to work. I can start building up those relationships with the property managers, things like that, the brokers, the agents, lenders, things like that. So it's a lot of work. I have a lot of work ahead of me, but it's exciting. I was super excited when I first started. I don't think the flame died. I think it's just kind of probably went down a little bit. But now I'm re-energized and ready to hit it again. Hopefully, like I said, as soon as these houses sell, then all my focus is going to be getting this commercial building. And I love doing these videos. I know I haven't done them in quite a while, but I wanted to give everyone a quick update of where I'm at. And hopefully, you guys will see that it's not about the sprint. It's not about, how much or how fast you get somewhere. It's a marathon. It's long term. You got to think 1, 2, 3, 5 years, 10 years out. When I was thinking of my plan back in February and kind of reevaluating myself, I was thinking, because the whole premise of this was let's make $1 million, right? Let's get to $1 million. Well, the $1 million it's not that hard to obtain. It's kind of almost crazy and scary to say something like that, but it's really not. What's the next milestone? What, $1.5 million, $2 million? No, like for me, I was like, no, it's not that I want more, but I want to achieve something greater. So I set the bar pretty high, and I said almost 10 million. In all honesty, I want 10 million in assets. So I think with this plan that I'm on now, I think I'll be able to achieve it. I'm getting way more focused, way more organized. I'm building a holding company, which I'll talk about much later. But again, it's a marathon. All right. Some days you're gonna have some really horrible days. Other days you're gonna have really great days. And you gotta just keep pushing yourself forward. Keep grinding. Keep hustling. Keep trying to reach that next level, whatever it is. Keep going after that goal, and keep moving, letting the needle move. Like you're gonna achieve one goal, and what next? What's the next thing, right? So, yeah, it feels good to kind of just, for now, just take a step back and let things play out. And then again, like I said, I keep saying I'm like a broken record. Once I get these properties sold and I raise that cash, I'm going straight after my commercial property. I hope to do some more videos on some REITs. There's been some exciting developments in the REIT sector or the REIT industry. I haven't added a single dollar or a single new holding position to my REIT portfolio, but I'm excited to get back into it because there's been a lot of good stuff happening. And with inflation hitting us right now, you're going to want to be in real estate. You're going to want to be in REITs and things like that. and the stock market. Now, I think I did in my last video update that I had some Art K. I exited it. I just didn't want to deal with it. Not to say that I don't believe in Kathy Wood. I still think she's a great manager, and I would definitely still invest with her. But I had to exit because I needed that cash for something else. I had some Bitcoin. Sold the Bitcoin some time ago at a gain. Didn't lose any money, but I sold out of it. Again, working with my coach and my mentor, he said you can't be focusing all over here. You can't be focusing on the crypto and the stock market and the GameStops and the AMCs. You can't be focusing everywhere. You got to focus on one single thing, and whatever that is, you got to put all your focus on it. So, for me, that focus is commercial real estate. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I mean, what's there to enjoy? I'm just giving you guys an update about my silly little life over here. But if you guys need any question, or if you guys have any questions, comments, anything that I can help you with, if you're curious about commercial real estate investing, or maybe you want to learn more about something else, hit me in the comment box down below. All right, I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next video.